I vow to become a Buddha, equal to you, the most honored king of the Dharma, and to bring sentient beings from birth and death to the final attainment of emancipation. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming today to our New Year's, to our service here for our first, I guess, full-on family Sunday service. It is so wonderful, and I bring so much joy to my heart to see this sangha, or this hondo, full of people. It's so nice to see. And it's interesting, though, because lots of people are still sitting in the back. So it's like, I see some empty rows up here in the front. But it's so wonderful to see still the increase in people come to the temple today. And I certainly hope that you have all had a happy new year. So, of course, we would like to once again remind ourselves to heavily think upon our neighbors, our sister temple, Seattle Betsuin, as they, as they're recovering from the unfortunate incident that occurred New Year's Eve, and then a couple of days later on January 2nd. Just to quickly see, do we have any Seattle visitors in our temple today? No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm certain as the weekend continue, we will see them. So if you see Seattle members come to our temple on Sunday services, please, everyone, show that all of our sanghas are, we're all connected and that we are all here to support one another. Make sure you welcome them with open arms and let them know that, let all Seattle members know that they are welcome here at the Tacoma Buddhist Temple. Today, the Gosandai, or the quote that I read, comes from the very chant that we chanted this morning, Sanbutsuge. This comes from when Bodhisattva Dharmakara vowed to become a Buddha, vowed to become Amida Buddha, who is pictured right here in the center of our shrine. So, as you all know, this is New Year's. Can I ask, by show of hands, how many of you have made New Year's resolutions? Oh, wow, okay. So I guess everyone's pretty much okay as they are. That is okay. That's okay. No, that's fine. You are fine just as you are, right? And that is exactly what Amida Buddha says. Come as you are. No, that's totally fine. So I actually have made New Year's resolution. In fact, actually, I started my New Year's resolutions earlier on. I need to lose more weight. I need to eat healthier. And I don't know, some people have said that they've noticed I'm losing weight. I'm eating healthier every morning for breakfast. I go to Aikido at least 4 times a week now, and I'm starting to actually train with some weights. So the reason why I did this, though, wasn't because I necessarily want to look good, but because I went to the doctor, and the doctor looked at my blood work and looked at my poundage, and they were saying, what's your lifestyle like, right? They asked me that, they try to really skillfully ask you these questions, right? They don't like come out and say like, ugh, you need to lose weight, you need to, they asked me these very skillful questions. And then of course I had to admit to them, I'm probably not eating as healthily as I should. I'm not getting enough exercise the way that my body needs, most likely. So therefore, I need to take, better care of yourself. And the doctor kind of confirms this, right? They tell you what their concerns are. And so, that's what we do, right? Is that, I think, usually make New Year's resolutions, right? I mean, even though I didn't see a lot of hands, I'm certain some of you are saying to yourself in your heads, like, I probably need to do this more. I probably need to study more. I probably need to budget my time better, right? And of course, as we all know, right, when it comes to the gym, we see, or there's the people who own gyms or go to gyms, they see there's a huge increase, right, in people who go to the gym during the first time of the year, right? And then about 2 months or maybe 3 months, then they start to see that number go down a little bit, right? So, anyways, this is actually, I think, wonderful how we start with the new year of reading the chant of Sanbutsuge, the chant that we read today, because it reaffirms and reignites our passion to come to temple and listen to the Dharma. listen to Shinran Shonin's teachings as well as the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha. It's wonderful to hear by example Bodhisattva Dharmakara resolve, I am going to become a Buddha. I am going to become a Buddha to help and save all sentient beings from the cycle of samsara, from the cycle of suffering, right? And I resolve that I'm not going to stop my practices until I do this. Now, while we as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, as this particular school of Buddhism, realize that it's virtually impossible for us to achieve enlightenment on our own, by our own means and by our own self-power, it still doesn't stop us from taking initiative and taking action to come to the temple and listen to the Dharma. And then not only that, but take what we've learned from the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha into our daily lives and how we live. And I think this is a wonderful time for us to come together at temple to reaffirm that. Now, do I expect, of course, that the temple will be this full every single Sunday? Well, I'd love it if it were the case. But as we all know, life sometimes can get in the way. We can sometimes get sick. We sometimes have family functions. There are sometimes emergencies. And of course, we also have work, right? We have to do work sometimes as well. So, of course, I would always love it if our temple were full and filled to the rafters and, of course, filled with people. But what's important is that every once in a while, we come back to temple and listen to the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha and Shinran Shonin. And what is this teaching, right? This, especially for our temple, the teaching is infinite wisdom and compassion that is given freely to us. This Buddha, Amida Buddha, continuously gives us wisdom and compassion from the Pure Land. Doesn't stop for any reason. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if, how you identify. It doesn't matter if you're a man, a woman, non-gender binary, and actually, it doesn't matter what your ethnicity is. All this wisdom and compassion is given to you from the Pure Land to live in your daily lives, especially to the fullest that you can live. And I think this is a wonderful teaching for us to begin our year of 2024. I still sometimes, I used to have the trouble of writing 2023 or the previous year when I signed things, right? But funnily enough, actually, starting back in November, I was having to redo signatures and things because I would put 2024 on there. So I think I was really eager to get to 2024. As we begin this new year, yes, there have been some rocky starts to this new year, of course. With the Seattle Betsuin, but then of course our friends in Japan suffered a terrible earthquake with a lot of damage, and it is important that we keep them in our thoughts as well. And then of course, then you heard about the airplane that landed in Japan as well that got caught on fire. But again, as Buddhists, as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, it's important for us to resolve and to renew our resolutions once again to live life in this manner that we don't look at things as omens, right? We don't look at this rocky start as, this is an omen to a bad year, right? There are good things that happen and there are bad things that happen. And then most importantly, with all these things coming and with all of these events that have happened, it is important for us as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists to actually react to that in the most Buddhist ways we possibly can. This doesn't mean like turn off our emotions and be solid and still and to cast our feelings to the side. It means to listen to our friends and to help our friends with an open heart and with deep gratitude and empathy, right? This is actually how the Buddha taught his lessons. The Buddha didn't teach his lessons with cold, heartless, facts, right? He taught his congregation, he taught his followers with an open heart and with a deep sense of compassion, similarly as the doctor does, right? The doctor didn't point the finger at me and say, you need to do better and da-da-da-da-da, right? They skillfully told me that, there are some things that are concerning to me in your blood work, and there are some things that are concerning to me and how, and the weight that you have gained, right? So it's these are the types of lessons that we as Buddhists can take with us, actually, into this new year. And especially listening once again to the resolve that Bodhisattva Dharmakara had when they vowed to become Amida Buddha, when they vowed to become the Buddha of infinite light and life, to save all sentient beings from this world of suffering. This is what inspires us. This is what we can draw inspiration from. And this is a perfect way to start the new year. So, as we step into 2024, there's a lot of things that, that we have to sort of overcome already. But at the same time, it is also important for us to be grateful for the company that we do have. It's important for us to be grateful for the people in our lives. It is important for us to be grateful that we are still able to come and listen to the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha. So with this in mind, I would like to welcome you all to the year of 2024 here at the Tacoma Buddhist Temple. I look forward to seeing all of you again, hopefully, and as the weekends go on, take some time to see if you can come to temple. But if you can't, that is okay. I understand. And please do your best to live your lives in 2024 to the fullest extent with a heart of deep gratitude and empathy. So with this in mind, would you all please join me in Gasho as I read once again from the scriptures of the larger sutra of the Buddha of immeasurable light and life. I vow to become a Buddha equal to you, the most honored king of the Dharma, and to bring sentient beings from birth and death to the final attainment of emancipation. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo